Hiya, welcome back to the channel. So in front of us we have a windscreen, and it's got a chip in it, quite a deep chip actually. And I want to try this video. I want to try and fix it using this RainX kit. So first, what do I need to do? Well, before I do anything, I need to clean it because it's not very clean. So I just get some. I'm going to use brake barge cleaner to spray it lovingly. Yes. And I think that will probably be clean enough. But if we look, that has actually got, it's quite a deep chip that. It's a bit of a shitter. And to fix it, as I said, I've got one of these. And I've got this one because it was cheap. It's about £7 from Asda's. It was cheap and available. So let's get on with it. So the first part of the process, I'm going to use a Stanley blade, which come with the kit. I'm just going to make sure it's smooth, there's nothing catching, no bits on it, which there won't be anyway because this chip's been here for fucking ages. And then I'm going to install this lined up, but first just need to give it some sticking power. And I'll push it on so the crack or the chip, yes, is in the centre. Yes. So the next thing to do is I'm going to install this. Now this is like made out of rubber on the end of it, so it's nice and soft. So I need to put this in here. And I need to tighten it until it's sort of tight. Like that. And then I need to set this one out. Then we'll make our way inside the car and have a look at this from here. It's quite hard to see on the camera. In fact, you can't see fuck all on the camera. But you can see the mouth is sort of open around the crack, which is what we want to see. Right, so now I think we're at the point where we put some of this shit in. So I need to cut the end of this off using the razor blade provided as part of the kit. Yes. And then I'm going to pour, it says 3 to 6 drops. Now this is quite a big chip, so I'm going to put 6 drops in because more the merrier and all that. That'll do. And then screw this in, but not all the way. What you've got to watch out for is, what this does is, this is like, it's a seal and it forces the resin into the crack effectively. So what I need to do is screw that in and watch out for it leaking, because if it's leaking then I need to tighten this bit up further to give it a better seal. So screw this in nearly all the way and then go around to the inside of the car and see if you can see the resin going into the crack. And this is something you can do as well if you've got just a lighter and just not doing it for a long time, but you can see the resin bubble a little bit. And what this does is it causes the crack to open up and then contract, and it effectively sucks it in, the resin into the crack, which is how it works. I don't know how well that's showing up, but it did some bubbles and stuff and it were doing something, so let's just see what happens. And now I've just got to leave it for about 5 minutes, so just wait 5 minutes. And just tighten this another 1/4 of a turn. That was more like half a turn, but it means it'll work twice as well. And then after another few minutes, just hold that still, make sure it doesn't leak out. Set this all the way out, and then what that does is it gives it another dose of pressure. It says getting rid of trapped air, but it's not getting rid of trapped air, it's trapping more air, if anything, I think. Unless it sucks the air out. Then after another 5 minutes has passed, we can see that we're forcing the resin out a little bit here. We can take it off. So we unscrew this and then carefully remove this, as you can see, which is coming off nice and easily. Oh, it's stuck pretty well, that shit. Yes. Fucking hell. And just wipe it off. Right, so as we can see there, we can see that we can still see the chip quite clear, and we always go in with this one because it has got a lot of damage on the outside. But to try and do what we can, the best we can, to hide that, we add some drops to this bit to fill it in. You can see nice and lovely done. And then we put one of these on it. And now, just leave it in the sunlight until it goes off. And now I need to make this cure. And the way that it does that is it uses ultraviolet light. And I haven't got an ultraviolet light, so I'm just going to have to put it in direct sunlight. Now, obviously I'm in Oldham here, so we have got an abundance of direct sunlight, so I need to park it in some of that direct sunlight. Now, this has been parked in sunlight for a while, probably about 20 minutes actually, maybe more. Yeah, it does feel like it is dry, so I need to scrape it off so that it's not got a bump in it like it has now. And the way I'm going to do that is I need to hold the blade perpendicular to the windscreen at 90 degrees to the windscreen, not like this, you know, not flat. It needs to be like that, apparently. And you just keep on scraping it off bit by bit. And you shouldn't scratch the windscreen with the blade. Well, I'm saying you shouldn't do. You might do, but it shouldn't do really. So I'm just going to keep on doing this. It's not really that fun to watch. So I'll just show you what it's like when I've done it. And what I can tell so far is that it's scratching it around there and not where the chip is. And that's because the chip is really deep. I mean, I put quite a lot on this, as you saw, but it is concave a little bit. But I think, fuck it, I think that's as good as it's going to be. So I'm just going to carry on scraping it off and just hope for the best, really. And I think that is probably about as good as I'm going to get it without putting way more effort into it than what I intend to put into it. So if you run your finger over it, it feels smooth until you go onto the bit that's actually shiny, and that's because, like I said, that bit's concave. Now I could do this again, I could put more on it and I could keep on doing it, but I can't be arsed. So I think that is where I'm going to leave this one. It's far from invisible, as you can see, but I'm not really bothered about that. I just don't really want it cracking and spreading more than anything else. Well, I was going to leave it, but then I changed my mind and I thought, you know what, I'll try and do it just to see if it's possible to do an actual better job of it. So I'm going to give it another go. I think what didn't help as well is when I put this on last time, I think I pushed down in that area. And you're not meant to do that. So let's wait for that to dry and see what happens again. And now, with another dose, that is actually, you can't even feel it. You can still see it quite clearly. So I want to use a bit of Maguire's plastic stuff, micropenis cloth, and some circular motions, which has improved it dramatically. So now, that is it. I'll put this at the end of the video, but I'm doing this while I'm waiting for the other one to dry. If we look on here, we can see, try and make that focus a bit better, we can see loads of speckles. And they're actually burn marks from grinding when I installed the Ramo induction kit. A massively effective one in another video. And I'm going to see if I can do something to them there. I'm not going to try and do them all because it would basically be all over the windscreen, they're everywhere. So I'm just going to do a patch and see if it does fix it. So if we just put some on. Just put some on in an area where these things are. And then put one of these on. Then maybe it'll soak into them. Not forgetting to remove the copious quantities of excess. Look at this, I'm fucking it up. Better. So now that has been left for a while, so it should be set. So let's see. Right, so that now, I won't say, well, compared to the ones up here that I haven't done, that is actually, that's smooth. So it has worked. I mean, you can still see it, as you could on the Peugeot, but at least the windscreen wipers, if I did it all over, would be quiet again. Anyway, I think that's it for this one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell me what I've done wrong, usual shit. I'll see you next time.